Hey guys, Rachel here. So, as promised, I wanted to share with you guys about body types, how to eat and exercise for your body type, and a lot more. I have a ton of information I want to share with you guys, and this could be like what's missing for you to reach your fitness goals. So, super duper duper important. If you have a friend that struggles with their own health and fitness, you need to share this with them. Let's get started, and I'm going to be sharing with you body types. And if you, as I'm talking, if you figure out what yours is, make sure that you comment below. So I actually printed this off for you. So 3 different body types, and like I said, I'm going to be going into detail about each one. So you have the ectomorph, which is the tall, lean person. You have the mesomorph, which is the muscular person. And then you have the endomorph, which is the curvier person. So I'm going to go into detail about each one of these, but here's just a visual. And what could be helpful is because a lot of times someone is naturally a mesomorph and they put on weight and they think that they're an endomorph. So think back to a time, maybe like in high school, when you were relatively thin and which one of these you looked like. It doesn't necessarily have to be right now. These are the 3 types, and I have notes on my computer. I wanted to print them out, but we ran out of ink. So as I talk to you and look at my computer too. So ectomorphs, these people, they are skinny. They have light muscles, but they're definitely not like a muscular person at all like the mesomorphs are. If you're thinking of, I like to compare them to celebrities. And so if I'm thinking of a celebrity to compare this to, I would think like Kate Moss or your typical supermodel, someone who is just long and lean. They have small joints and they're small bones. So what you can do is put your hand around your wrist, and if you overlap, then you're probably an ectomorph. Okay, so small joints, they have low body fat without exercising or following low calorie diets. Don't we just love these people? Just kidding. They have small shoulders, chests, and buttocks. They have long arms and legs. They have a difficulty gaining weight. They have a fast metabolism, hyperactive. They have a hard time gaining muscle. And so if you are an ectomorph, long and lean, what you should do is eat higher carb food throughout the day. You should also get more carbs during and post-workout than any other time of day. You can definitely have some more starchy carbs at other meals. So have fruits and vegetables, that's all good. And eat carbs at every meal. That's totally fine for you. To quality sources of protein, healthy fats, but with the ectomorph, if you have a burger or pizza, it's not gonna kill you because you're naturally thin. Ectomorphs can also think of someone who needs like a weight gainer shake. So someone who needs to increase their calories, they need to eat more frequently, like 6 to 8 meals spread throughout the day to make sure they get their calories in. Strength training, they should have limited cardio. And for ectomorphs, you know, you can use heavy weights, compounded weights, muscle isolation, and strength training does burn calories, but not as much as cardio does, which us endomorphs need more cardio. So those are ectomorphs. So if you are an ectomorph, which again, the long and lean person who has a hard time gaining weight, comment below if that's you. I'm going to move into the mesomorph next. And so just to show you again, the mesomorph is the middle picture. Think the small and muscular person. So this is someone who is naturally lean, naturally muscular. If I'm thinking of a celebrity, I'm going to think of someone like Venus Williams, very muscular person. They have medium to large size joints and bones. So again, with the wrist test, if I'm going to do this, they can probably have their 2 fingers touch when they put their fingers around their wrists. So the ectomorphs could have gone over. They have very small joints. The mesomorph can probably right about touch. They're naturally strong, naturally muscular. They have broader shoulders. Their body fat is more evenly distributed. Losing fat for them is easy because they have so much muscle. So the more muscle you have, the easier it is to get leaner. They have an efficient metabolism. Gaining muscle for them is easy. And this is a lot of times when women tell me that they bulk up easily. So these are usually the mesomorphs. And for them, I would not prescribe a program like P90X or Hammer and Chisel, because if they don't want to get bulky, they don't want to be lifting that many weights. They respond best with a mixed diet that's balanced of carbs, protein, and fats. So if you track, so this person's gonna do best if you track your macros using something like MyFitnessPal. You'll do best with a macro split that's like 40% carbs, 30% protein, 30% fat. And so that'll work really well for you. Mesomorphs can have a moderate carb tolerance, so you might want to minimize your high starchy carb foods outside of your workout window. So think of like having a banana post-workout. You can have one pre-workout too, but eating less sugar, less starchy carbs outside of that workout window. So with like not eating sweets or anything like that, especially at night, and high starchy carbs at night. Strong, respond quickly to exercise. So for you, if you definitely don't want to bulk up, I would do lighter weights with higher repetitions and do more high cardio stuff. So maybe for you, like an Insanity Max 30 kind of program might work well for you. And think of where you were in high school too. So if you think about like, obviously when you have kids, your body changes, and so a lot of you might think that you're endomorphs now, but if you go back to when you were younger, did you have a bunch of muscle when you were younger? And did you have that naturally lean figure? So you might be a mesomorph that has just some extra body fat. Okay, so I'll move on to the endomorph. That's the person, the little person right there. Endomorph. So the endomorphs have a smooth and round body. This person also gains muscle easily, but the muscle tends to be underdeveloped. If I'm thinking of a celebrity, I'm thinking Kim Kardashian, someone who is curvy. This person has medium to large joints and bones. And so if you're doing the wrist test, again, if your fingers can barely touch and maybe you can only touch one, you have larger bones, and so you might be an endomorph. This person has high levels of body fat. They might be overweight right now. They could have small shoulders and a higher waist or larger hips. So think of like someone with a pear-shaped physique. This person has a hard time losing body fat and keeping body fat off. They have a slower metabolic rate. A lot of times they're just feeling tired and fatigued and they want to lay on the couch, and they lose weight slowly. This person also has a greater propensity for energy storage, have a lower tolerance for carbs. So as an endomorph, you might feel like, well, crap, I'm just destined to be overweight. No, no, no. You just have to, us endomorphs, I'm like a mix between what I think is a mesomorph and endomorph, leaning towards more endomorph tendencies. Not destined to be overweight. You might just need to make a more conscious effort. So I posted yesterday that I feel better when I eat higher protein and lower carbs. So us endomorphs, we do need to watch the carbs. We do need to watch sugar and alcohol, especially. Sorry, alcohol it doesn't serve us especially. So endomorphs, we have less leeway, and if you're the kind of person like I look at a cupcake and my hips get bigger, you do need to be a lot more conscious about what you're eating. If your body isn't instinctively telling you to get moving, you have to make sure that exercise is a part of your daily routine. Cardio, endomorphs need to do more cardio than any of the other body types, and so you'll have to do no wine. I know it's terrible, right? Right. But it's worth it when you feel really good, I promise. So the endomorphs, you guys are gonna have to do more cardio than the other body. Sorry, but it's just easier to burn fat that way. So you'll need to make sure, that's not Toby, that's Riley, and Riley wants to go outside and she sees squirrels. dog likes to chase squirrels. If you're an endomorph, it might be helpful for you to work out first thing in the morning. Maybe you do a cardio session. Definitely you're going to have to do more cardio. Maybe you do a walk in the evening, and maybe you even have to set an alarm on your phone that's a reminder, get off your butt, get off your butt, get off your butt, just so you make sure that you're constantly moving, because the endomorphs have the more sluggish metabolism, and the more you move, the more calories you burn. Counting macros on MyFitnessPal, this person's going to do better with higher protein, higher fat, lower carb. 35% at least protein, if not 40% protein, and then 25% carbs. So you can play around with the protein and fat ratio somewhere between 35 and 40%, but for both of those, and then 20 to 25% carb. Play around and see how you feel. And obviously it doesn't have to be exact like I do 30, 30, 40 every time, but as long as it's like in the ballpark range and you're feeling good, I'd consider that like a win for the day for sure. Morphs are not very carb tolerant, so it's definitely best to avoid carbs, especially if it's not within your workout window. So something that I personally do, I'll have a half a cup of oats with breakfast, and then if I have like a hardcore workout, let's say like plyometrics or leg day or a really tough cardio workout, I'll have a banana post-workout, but I'll try to make sure I'm not including that in any other parts of my days, because while bananas are good for you, keep your carbs limited to your workout window and then limit carbs for the rest of the day. Sorry, it just is what it is. Like I said, endomorphs tend to gain weight easily, so to keep fat gain to a minimum, we need to do a lot of cardio and weights too. Don't leave out the weights. Everybody needs to do weights to build lean muscle, and muscle does burn more calories at rest than fat, so you definitely want to make sure you're including some kind of resistance training in your routine. So again, 3 body types. And if you think this is helpful, make sure you share it, because I did not learn this until recently, and I've been studying fitness and nutrition for a freaking long time, for 12 years. And you guys, I've tried eating vegan for over a year, and I never got lean like I know a lot of people have eating a vegan diet. And it totally makes sense, because if I'm an endomorph, my body thrives with more protein, which I've learned over the past couple weeks just by making this one switch, just by increasing protein. So if you are endomorph for sure, try to eat 1 gram of protein per pound that you weigh. And so for me, it's almost impossible to eat that much because I weigh like 170 pounds. But I try to eat as much protein as possible. So egg whites, eggs, chicken sausage, protein powder, Shakeology is great. Ground turkey, salmon, shrimp, all that kind of stuff. So which one are you guys? Did you figure out when I was talking which one you are? They do have tests online that you can do if you search Somatotypes. Definitely more the endomorph type that needs to get up off my tushy and work a little bit harder, but it is worth it. I know it's a lot of information, but if you can figure out what body type you are, it's going to make it so much easier to lose weight, reach your goals, and maintain it. If you guys have any questions, comment below, and I'd be more than happy to help you. And if you figure out what body type you are and you want my help picking out a program, just send me a message and I'll kind of customize a program for you. Message me if you want me to customize a program for you, because there's so many out there. And not every Beachbody program is right for each person. So if you need help, message me. I'll help you pick out the right. If you have any questions, comment below. If you need my help, message me. And I hope you guys are getting ready for Christmas and you have so much fun. Go work out, drink a lot of water, and bye you guys.